But first up tonight, look, in Australia, we're pretty used to politicians telling porkies, aren't we? It's part and parcel of the political process, and when the lie's a whopper, or it breaches the law or parliamentary protocols, well, the MP then gets into serious trouble. Some of them go to jail, some of them are banished from Parliament, and in many instances, the court of public opinion will banish them anyway. But we are certainly not familiar with downright propaganda and, frankly, absurdity, like the Chinese dish it out. And that speech yesterday at the National Press Club by senior Chinese diplomat Wang Jing was extraordinary on so many levels. Now, he tried to portray Australia as the aggressor in the relationship with China.
Australian ministers claim that the virus originated from Wuhan, from China, and they did not pinpoint any other places as a possible origin, possible source. So China, we believe, was singled out for the review. We don't think it is fair. If you are able to read Chinese blogs, Chinese website, and even the comments on the blog, including the blog of your embassy in Beijing, you will be able to know the intensity of emotion of our people.
So we'd hurt China's feelings by pushing for an independent inquiry into the origin of the coronavirus. Now, it's in the interests of humanity. For the Chinese, that's the entire planet, that we establish what happened with this virus. Our motivation is pretty simple. We just don't want it to happen again. And as eminent China watcher Peter Jennings said on this show last night, it sure didn't originate in Wollongong. Now, Wang also said China was committed to a strategic partnership with Australia, despite the fact that senior Australian cabinet ministers can't even get their Beijing counterparts to return phone calls. I think the speech was just an insult. I think it was an insult to our intelligence, China. They might get away with that sort of nonsense and falsehoods in their home country, but it needs to be called out here. And it has been called out here by many. How can we take these people seriously? How can we accept anything they say when they stand before the Australian people and come up with this sort of rubbish? And it's clear Prime Minister Scott Morrison is not prepared to play their silly games. And he's rushing through laws right now to stop Victoria's Belt and Road Agreement with China. And Daniel Andrews, well, he's proven he's not part of Team Australia, hasn't he? On so many levels. The Chinese are exploiting that disunity and fragmentation between the Commonwealth and the states. And it's got to stop. The time has come also for Australian universities to wean themselves off their addiction to China and go after other markets. China's a rogue state. It's as simple as that. That's how it portrays itself, and that's how it should be treated.